Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. It's Citizen7, and we're back with Darkest Dungeon. You may notice that there have been a few changes since the last time we played. I did some maintenance off-screen, and I found out how to change the name of my estate, so I updated my estate name so I don't have to keep looking at the terrible pun. It was a terrible pun, and I was happy to have my save file with that name, just because it would give me an occasional chuckle, but it wasn't something that I wanted to look at all the time, and so I've renamed it as the House of Black Estate. And since yesterday was Harry Potter's birthday, I renamed all of my characters all of my heroes as characters from Harry Potter, because someone pointed out to me that, you know, as fun as it is to have the names generated on the fly by the game, because it comes up with some really weird and cool names, the fact that I can, that I pronounce them so inconsistently, and even some of them it's like, okay, I didn't even really know this guy's name and he died, it kind of takes away a bit of the emotional weight of the game. So I've renamed all of my characters, and if you don't like them, then guess that's too bad for you. But we'll be seeing these Harry Potter figures going out now. So we have a few people doing treatment, and there's another little bug to report. We have these people doing their treatment right now. I believe that we have a disease treatment for Hermione Granger, who was our previously Hodence, I believe. And over in the Abbey, we have Harry Potter praying and Ginny Weasley in the Penance Hall. And Mad Eye Moody is in the brothel, so there we go with that. Everyone else seems to have a pretty, let's sort by stress level. Our top 4 people are de-stressing. She's not actually de-stressing, but everyone else is pretty good. Your stress level is 43. It'd be nice to de-stress these people a little bit before we take them out again, just because if you happen to hit a 100 and get that stress check and end up with, usually, sometimes you get a virtue, but usually you get something much worse happening, and that just turns everything upside down. So let's take a look at what we have for quests. We don't really have any money, so we're not going to be doing any upgrades or anything this turn, but let's try and get some money so that we can proceed to improve our characters a little bit. Now we do have the Wizened Hag available now. Now I've fought the hag before, and this Wizened Hag has a cauldron that she throws your characters into. So it's very important to be able to reach the last row with your characters. I'm not sure, because our Hellion doesn't have Iron Swan, and we need Iron Swan in order to do this fight, in my opinion. So we're not going to go up against the hag. Maybe. Why do we have 0% towards the boss? Slay the boss. Okay, and more climbing towards the boss. These yellow ones are level 3 quests, and we have a bunch of these level 1 people. We kind of need to get to level 2 characters, I think. Level 2 resolve, and get some gear upgrades before we start hitting these level 3 quests. But we can do this cleanse here in the Weald to get some papers. So I'm thinking we're going to do this cleanse, which is 100% of room battles, and it should have a pretty good payout for us. We get a amulet to increase the ability to bleed and resist bleed, which is pretty good. I can think of a few characters we might want to put that on. So we're going to the Weald. We're going to want to take Professor McGonagall here so that we can cure the Blight, because we're definitely going to run into Blight. And I think we'll take Sirius Black, our Houndmaster, because that's useful. Now let's see, it is a camping quest, so what is your... You can reduce stress, you can remove a poison and do healing, and remove a disease. So that could be very good. And you can do stress resistance, a surprise buff, and reduce stress. So we're going to need a healer of some sort, and I think we're going to take Regulus Black, our occultist. He can encourage, he can increase everyone else's stress to reduce his own, and he can reduce the torchlight to heal companions. That's pretty interesting. I kind of like the look of that. Let's see. We're back row good. You don't really target a little bit back row. Let's see. Front row, back row, front row, and us. Incision. Only the front 2 rows. I don't think that would be the right... I don't think that this would be the right set of skills to take in trying to get the Hag. I'm just thinking right now whether we have the power to get the Hag this turn. I could take Hagrid as a frontline soldier, and he can reach to the 3rd, so he might be able to reach over the pot and hit the Hag, because the Hag has a big cauldron that takes up the front 2 slots, and then she takes up the back 2 slots, I believe. It's possible that she only takes up the last slot, and that this will only that won't work. Let's think about this, because if we can... What do you have, Katie Bell? Judgment, which hits every row. Divine Grace, Divine Comfort, and Illumination, which is a debuff. What if instead of taking this occultist, well, what if instead of taking you, McGonagall, we take Katie Bell? You like this position best because you can do Illumination from here. So if you get moved, you won't be able to do Illumination anymore. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you get snatched up and thrown into the pot, once you get out of the pot, you end up in the first slot. So we'll have to do a little moving around, and if you can only act from 1 or 2 positions, that might be very frustrating. Like if he ends up in the front row, he can only blackjack. Hound's Rush can hit every target, though. Hound's Harry can hit every target. You know what? I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling pretty good about this grouping. Let's try to take these, and let's try to kill the Hag. Let's see. I think we can do it. So let's unequip all trinkets, so we get all of our trinkets available here, and let's load out. What do we have available? You are going to be casting, let's see, close the inventory for a minute. Weakening Curse, and you're going to be casting some healing, Vulnerability Hex, and Demon's Pull. I think that the witch is unmovable. I don't think she can actually be moved. So Abyssal artillery. Is damage. Let's actually spend 1,000. Let's spend 1,000 to upgrade to change his skill. Do we have, you know what? Maybe we can use the training regimen to reduce the cost.
Every creature has a weakness. The wise hero trains for what she will face.
And where did he go? Regulus Black. Yeah, so now 900. Let's get him a different skill instead of this pull, which I don't think is going to do us any good against the boss. Now consider, we are kind of prepping for the boss, but we have to get there first. It's not like we're just going to go straight into that fight. We're going to have to fight other things. And I think Abyssal Artillery is probably going to be the better choice. It does mean if he ends up in the front row, he won't be able to use it, but you know, it is what it is. We'll turn this off and put this on. Now he definitely prefers these back positions, but he has stronger targeting. Alright, let's try this again. We want Regulus in the back, and then we want Katie Bell in the third position. Yes. We want Hagrid in the front, and we want Sirius Black here. You can take a lot of damage in general. Your dodge is really low because of a quirk, because of clumsy. Okay. You don't have a disease. You have the ague. That's less than fantastic. You don't have a disease and you don't have a disease. So we might be able to cure the ague using her camping skill. Oh no, that was the plague doctor who can do that. Okay, so never mind that. Alright, so we're gonna equip our trinkets before we go out. And you are gonna be doing some debuffs and stunning. I wonder if we have anything that will reduce his ability to bleed. We don't want to increase bleed. Oh, well, that's Hellion only anyway. We definitely don't want anything that increases his bleed skill chance, because we want him to be doing healing. Vestal only. We're going to give this to our Vestal for sure. Alright. Blight resistance may be a good choice for you. Stress resist, but less death blow resistance. Book of Holiness. Increase dodge, down max HP. Let's try that. We'll increase his dodge at the that gives him almost no hit points, because his hit points are down by a disease as well. Well, that's kind of risky. He's already only gonna live 17. Ooh. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be interesting. Alright, how about Dodge Stone instead? Makes him less accurate. And what else? This... reduces his accuracy. Up stun resist. No. Up debuff resist. How about that? Okay, next hero. You are going to take this Sacred Scroll, which we just unlocked, which increases your healing skills. And I don't care about your speed on the first round, so we'll give you the cloak to get a little extra scout chance. That would be excellent. Now, Sirius Black, you could use something. You're going to be doing some bleed abilities with your dog. Maybe we'll just give him 2 critical stones. How much? 19 hit points. Well, I mean, we'll take the increased dodge and a critical. And for you, something that increases your... If we have anything that increases your livability, that'd be great. I don't think we do, though. Stun resistance is good. Why is your damage so low? Quirk. Okay, if below 50 damage is down, below half health. Okay. We do need to get these quirks dealt with. All right. Speed down. Dodge down. No dodge. You're gonna get hit every time because of your stupid quirk. Well. Alright. It's not ideal, but we might be able to pull it off. Let's go against the Hag. If we have to, if we have to give it up, we'll give it up. I always right-click that. It's a camping trip, so we're going to take 16 food because, again, we've had issues with food. We're going to take 2 antivenoms, and we're going to take 1 ooh, God. We're going to take 1 antivenom. And 8 torches. I don't think that's going to be enough torches. We're out of money here. So we need to bring back some money for sure. Alright.
I had collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house.
Well, well. Let's take a look at this map. That's a very interesting situation. We're gonna take our first trip here downward because we have to, and then I think we're going to turn left because it's the shorter path. So if we make it out to here, then we'll probably camp. If we make it to here without finding the Hag, we'll probably camp and then make our way back this way. That's the plan. So hopefully, let's hope for fast success. Alright, so we got a bag here. The sack is empty. We're gonna try to be careful about what we open because we don't have any items to help us out. And sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, just, open it, whatever. But we do also want to make it to the boss. We don't want to take a lot of bad debuffs or even poison beforehand. So let's use Hound's Rush against the Rabbit Gnasher. I think that's a good choice because these guys aren't going to bleed. Let's attack this dog. Dog versus dog. We dodged a bump in the night, and we're going to take Rabbit Rush. Oh, he went all the way to the back row. So he did inflict a bleed. But we're going to use our Abyssal Artillery, our new power, to artillerize this fellow. Or shall we use Vulnerability Hex? Or Weakening Curse. I think we're going to go with the artillery. This guy. Just to see what that looks like. That's very cool power. Alright, and you can crush this guy to death. 2/3 to hit, so if we can take out the Rabbit Gnasher, that'd be great. We could actually no, scratch that. We're gonna take out this Bone Rabble. He hasn't acted yet, so if we hit on an 85% chance, we kill him.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
So we managed to take out that Bone Rabble before he even got a move on us. And you're going to use Judgment. Or Illumination? Illumination is a debuff and boosts our torch a little bit. We're going to use Judgment. Alright, so There, we dodged the second time. That was excellent. And we'll use Blackjack as 62%. They're both 62%. So we will use Hound Rush against the dog again. A minimal damage will kill.
As the fiend falls, a faint
And
hope
we just have
blossoms.
this bone rabble to deal with. Another judgment should finish him off.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
So we're definitely feeling good on our first encounter. We got through this.
These nightmarish creatures can
way
be felled.
quickly.
They can be beaten.
And we get a scout here, so that is what we wanted to see. So we're gonna have a fight in the next room, but we're gonna get treasure out of it. So I like that. I like treasure. We definitely need you. You're all right. We definitely need treasure. A little bit of gold, a little bit of gold. Because as you can see, we're out of money. Let's see who has our best trap chance. 20%, 50% for the Houndmaster, 10 and 20. So our Houndmaster is gonna try and undo this trap for us. Coming up, we're on dim light. We'll light a torch before we enter the room. Good job, and we will light a torch before we enter the room, keeping it at dim light. Let's see what happens. We know we have a fight here, so it is ectoplasms. So I don't know, do they bleed? They can bleed, it's just difficult. Now, cytokinesis is very irritating because it creates more of them. Let's use Hound's Rush on the first one and see what we can do. I assume it'll be this back row guy who uses cytokinesis. So maybe let's focus on him. And maybe if we take out the guy in the back, these two guys in the front won't do it. I'm not sure how it works, whether they can do it from that position or not. But let's try. No, we missed. So, wait, but he missed as well. And yeah, the back row guy did use cytokinesis and create another one. So we are going to use Abyssal Artillery again, because it's up damage against Eldritch, which these guys are, and we can hit them both at once. Now we'll crush the third one. No. We'll just crush these guys in the front. Because the thing is, these two can definitely do the split. We know the back two can split and create more. So let's... No, that actually might be the right move, to try and kill out those back two guys first, and just leave the front two, and they maybe won't be able to split again. I don't know for sure, but maybe. Let's try it. I think we'll use Judgment here to, if we get maximum damage, we can kill this guy and finish off that. No. Can't hit, apparently. I'm thinking Weakening Curse, probably. Damage down on one of these front guys. He resisted the debuff, so that was kind of useless. Let's do Crush. Okay, so
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
So now we know they can do that from any slot. We just need to try to... We need to change our tactic a little bit. Let's see if we can get any bleeds. Yes, 2. Excellent. Alright, and you can use Judgment on this back guy. So we're down to 2. Judgment again. No. Up here. Okay. We're gonna use Stun to try and stop them from splitting twice and giving us 4 more enemies. And now maybe if we can crush this one, which we did. Okay, so this guy's stunned. He can't split and give us an extra enemy this turn. And you can use weird reconstruction on yourself. No! No healing. And, but at least no bleeding. And we'll use Hound's Rush to try and finish him off. And we did. Alright, so we managed that without it dragging on too long. That's the thing with
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
That's the thing with these Eldritch fights is against these jellies. Let's see what's here. Nothing. Alright. Even though they only live 8 apiece, those fights can drag on for a very long time. So fortunately, we managed to get through that quite quickly. Let's go on to our last mandatory room here. So we see a grave. We're not going to dig in this grave without holy water. So we'll just pass that right on by. That I expected.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Alright, so because it is the Vestal who has the poison, she's going to take 6 damage. I'm going to let her take the 6 damage and save this anti-venom, especially since we only brought 1. I'm going to save the anti-venom for somebody else because that, for her, is 2 uses of judgment, and she can heal herself for that damage, so I think we're okay with that. We will check the pack, though. The pack has already been looted. We're not doing great for loot in this realm, so hopefully we get a scout chance here. We do have a fight. Wait for the old gods. Good. So the bleed thing missed, but now we're gonna get these marks. And probably more blight. Okay. They did both resist, so that's excellent. Let's think about this, what we need, how we need to prioritize this situation. Knock back and stun. Could knock this guy back and stun him. And focus our front line on this fellow. These artilleries are very irritating. I really don't want to, because we didn't bring the Plague Doctor to cure our blights, so we are going to have to suffer all of the blight damage that we receive with only 1 antivenom. Let's try for the crush and try and take him out as fast as possible just using direct damage. I don't actually. Yeah, I don't think Bellow is appropriate in this situation. I was thinking maybe speed 6, speed 1, speed 3, speed 3. That maybe if we use Bellow, actually, if we use Bellow on the first round, we might be able to guarantee ourselves going first in next rounds. So let's try this. We dealt damage to everyone. And we applied the debuff to 3 of them, not this fellow, which we kind of wanted to. We're going to use Hound's Harry now and try and get some bleed spread out there. No. Nothing hit. Very unfortunate. This fellow fortunately has a lot of power, so we don't need to start the healing yet, and we can keep focusing on dealing damage. Now we're going to use our judgments. We need 2 judgments to cancel out our poison that we've taken. And we're going to put judgment against these artilleries. I'd like to take them out before they inflict a lot more blight, so let's do that. And let's try again with Hound's Harry. Okay. So that time, even though we didn't do a lot of damage, we did get some bleed damage assigned. And here's your next judgment. 3 damage coming up on you. 5, good. So he has 1 damage coming up. At the start of his turn, he'll die. That's what we want to see.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
That, on the other hand, was not what we wanted to see. Now we have 5 points of bleeding damage coming up, and we did take a lot of All right, let's finish him off with a crush. If we have a decent chance to do lethal damage. Yes. Okay. Critical answered by critical, and he's down. So no more worrying about the bleed. We are going to use weird reconstruction because even though it has a chance of doing 0 healing and it does have a chance of bleeding, you know, it's kind of a weird healing power. It leaves her open to keep doing judgment, which is a powerful attack. So let's do this. And we got our maximum. We got 10, and he resisted the bleed. So that was as good as...
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
That was as good as we could hope for. Mark Trey again. Oh, this time against this fellow. So we want to take out our fungal scratcher next because he does do more damage, I believe, against marked enemies. So let's use illumination to make him more. Oh, he has no dodge. Let's use let's just judge him. Well, we just plain old missed. It's really dark. I think we can deal with the dark for this fight, but then we're gonna light torches after. Yeah, let's, we're doing alright, so with only 2 enemies left, we'll leave it as shadowy. We're gonna use Weakening Curse against the Scratcher to reduce the damage that he's gonna do against us, and now we'll try to crush him to death. Your damage is down quite a bit, or no, he just has protection. Okay, here we go. And we'll use Hound's Rush again. We're gonna focus our efforts on this Scratcher and try and take him out. So we've got lots of debuffs on him, and we managed to not have to take that, whatever that was, and this is what we want to put an end to. Let's, in fact, use Blackjack. 5 damage, though. Maximum damage from the dog will kill it, so let's just deal out the damage.
A devastating blow.
The right choice there. We got the critical hit. Praise the Steadfast Hound, and you can use your bizarre healing. Try and buff our Man-at-Arms here. 9, and he resisted the bleeding. So we're back up almost to full health, and you can judge. And crush. So that's that fight handled.
This expedition at least promises success.
Finally, we got a little bit of loot. Almost nothing. Anything in this tent? Hey, we found a map. That's excellent. Okay. So we know that we have a fight in the room, and then immediately after we have another fight in the hallway going this way, but I do still want to go to the left. Because we don't know, the boss might be in this room, and these 2 rooms are empty. Got one fight there. Come to think of it, though, we know that that this way we have a fight here. We know we have a fight. We have 2 fights going left. We know that going right, we only have 1 fight up to this room. And so we have 1, 2, 3 unknowns. In this place we have 1 unknown. If we go this way and it happens that the boss is out on this, in these 3, which is, you know, it's just as likely to be anywhere. So 3 chances to be here, 1 chance to be here. Then that could save us quite a bit of fighting. Maybe the right choice is to go to the right. now that we know that those 2 rooms are empty and that there's only one hallway fight. So let's change our plans. Let's change our plans and go to the right. So we have a fight here in the hall. Let's see what it is. You have 2 more points of damage to take, but that's not bad. Okay, 2 maggots and a spider. The maggots are very, very frustrating. You'll excuse me. The maggots are very, very frustrating because their protection level is so high. Even though they have only 5 hit points, it takes a lot to damage them. This spitter. I think we're going to try and take the spitter out first, and then deal with the maggots. No, he dodged? Okay. You can use vulnerability hex to reduce his dodge. Please resist. Alright. It's very irritating if you get stunned, and we resisted the plague as well. So your health is going down, but you can heal yourself by using judgment. We're gonna... okay. I said we're gonna try and take out the spitter. We can definitely do that.
Executed with impunity.
And you can use judgment to start healing yourself and taking out these maggots 1 point at a time. Maybe we'll get a critical, you know, who knows? Nah, just 1 point. Oh. 5. And that time we did get stunned. Okay. Time to crush it. See, we should have, if we'd crushed the other one that hadn't gone yet, and done the 4 damage, we could have actually killed it. Now we have half our party stunned. Alright, Hound's Rush. Kill this one. Alright, so 1 maggot left. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. Hopefully we come up first. Yes, we do. Let's run it back. Oh, it resisted for justice. No. And more points against. At least she didn't get stunned this turn. Alright. So you can crush it and kill it. Too bad we won't get a chance to heal again.
A trifling victory.
We finally found
But a
some
victory
heirlooms.
nonetheless.
It was a trifling victory. Our loot situation, as I said, has been pretty dire. The sack is probably empty. No. Actually got a little bit of something. So we have an empty room. Then we're gonna have a trap right outside this door. So we'll get our Houndmaster ready. And
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
right, we've neglected to light any torches all this time. So let's light 3 was probably too many. All right. Maybe we'll find a torch in this box. No, we found a few heirlooms. I like that. We're not gonna try and loot this because we could get poisoned by it, and we don't have any medicinal herbs to purify it, and we don't have any antivenoms to deal with that. So we're gonna skip that. Probably should have. I'm not sure how loot up from darkness works. Whether it rolls when you click on the thing, or how that works. We probably should have lit the torches after we picked up the loot that we knew was there. All right, let's check our bag. Nope, nothing in that pack. And like I said, we're not going to dig up any graves because, you know, sometimes I'm like, you know, let's live large and see what we can get. But we want to make it to the boss without any real problems. So we still have a lot of food left. We're going to be able to, when we make our camp, hopefully we'll get a scout here probably have a fight. No fight. No fight, no scout. Alright. Alright, moving up. What I'm thinking, we might camp once we get there, because we do need to work on healing her. We have a pack.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
That didn't last long. That torch just burned right away. So we must be getting close to the hag. All right. Go to shadowy level. It has a map. Oh, of course I should have opened that. Like I said, I just talked my talk. And is that the hag? It is. All right. I should have in the dark opened the thing, but we got the map. I'm happy with that. So we know that this is where we're going. We've revealed our trap, so we won't have to step on that. This room is empty. Alright. Now, it's unfortunate. In fact, can we go back into that room? Oh, crap. I don't think we can. I don't think once we've entered the hallway that we can re-enter the room behind us. Walking backwards causes stress. What we should have done, knowing that the boss was coming up, we should have camped. But instead, we'll just go fight the boss, kill the boss, and then camp afterward, and we can go back on down and get other loot, you know, assuming that the boss fight goes well. We're in a good situation, except for the Vestal, who's hurting a little bit. So we get a few heirlooms here. And here we go. Hag fight. In total darkness.
Twisted and maniacal. A slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
And that's what happens. Suddenly, the pain. We're going to try and light it up because we don't need her accuracy and damage to be up. So we are going to use our last 2 torches. And alright, so we need to be able to knock this cauldron over. I don't know if we can necessarily, this could be, you know, this could actually be really, really bad. Abyssal artillery. Vulnerability hex. She can't be stunned. She can't be moved. 200% resistance to movement. Stunning her would be very hard. Lighting her would be very hard. We can make her bleed. So Hound Rush will be an appropriate choice. But of course now he's in the front row. He can't do any Hound attacks. So maybe we didn't think this out very well. And you can't really do any damage to the pot.
A singular strike.
Well, we got a critical hit, but I mean 6 damage. So what's it like? I.e. the pain. Seasoned to perfection. So we'll throw some toad eyes on her. Her damage is now down, and her accuracy as well. And we can't use judgment from this position, so we have to use illumination
A
for no
powerful
damage.
blow.
Alright, so this... okay. Alright, so this is really bad. If we can get him out... yeah, we've tried to stop him. Now, finally, we can go again. Abyssal artillery we can't even hit the pot with this. This time she dodged. If we can get our man-at-arms out, we're going to flee. I don't think we can. I think he's dead. is at death's door. We had to move back here so that we can try to
As
use...
life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness
Okay,
reveal
now we're in the
themselves.
back. I'm like, I wanted to be able to use, the judgment from that position. Try using Hound's Hair. Okay. She's gonna bleed a little bit. Meat Tenderizer.
Another
Ooh,
life
okay.
wasted in the pursuit of glory
So-
and gold.
Yep. So he did die.
This skirmish may be lost, but the battle may yet be won.
No. Alright.
You will endure this loss and learn from it.
That's pretty bad. We got a little bit of heirlooms, but we didn't even get enough money to deal with anything. You got a creeping cough and winded, and now he has no stress penalty when walking backwards. Well, good for you. And we lost our
There is a
man-at-arms.
great horror beneath the manor. A crawling chaos that must be destroyed.
And Mad Eye Moody now has syphilis, but he's not stressed about it. And everyone else, no more hysterical blindness. Everyone else is doing all right. Hagrid has died. Well, now we can't take him out. To deal with that. Oh. Is it a disease? It is a disease. So many diseases. Alright. Go get your syphilis treated. Yeah. Indeed. Alright. Oh. That was probably a bad choice. I'm used to having money. Well... coming to town. A jester. Bounty hunter. A jester with harvest, finale, solo, and slice off. Jester. Jester, jester, jester. Do we want to take this jester? Can you do bleed? It reduces your oh, it moves you back from the front backwards. Yeah. Jesters are really strange and hard to use. I'm not going to take the jester for now. Of course, we don't have any money to do anything, maybe not even go on the quest, because I'm like, oh yeah, we need to get your disease treated, and that was very unthoughtful on my part, so I guess we'll have to do this small quest with no provisions and hope. Who should we take? Neville? Lupin. Can you heal? You cannot. Yeah. You can. That might not be the right... Might not be the greatest choice. It's your... of light, up damage if torches above that, which it's not going to be. We're not taking torches. And down speed if torches below, so that's no good. Hey, your speed is up if it's dark. So... And you... Do you have any problems with the dark? No. And how about you? You are good when the light is up, which it won't be. You also have syphilis. But we need you on the front line. For third slot, Sirius Black's not too stressed, considering what he just went through. It's because he has his puppy with him all the time. Maybe we'll take, maybe we'll take Luna. The Vanguard. Alright, so join us next time as we try our first dark run with almost no provisions. It should be interesting. It's time to try to get some loot, get some gear so that we can actually succeed. So thank you for watching and for your comments and subscription and all of those things. I do really appreciate it, and I'm having fun with this game. So hopefully you enjoy the new Harry Potter theme, and if you have any ideas of who I should name next, go ahead and throw it in the comments and I'll take that into consideration. So cheers, thanks for watching.